All right, today let's go over multi-signature wallets and why they are a key to your security. As a normal wallet, you have a public key which you can give out and you can send funds or get funds sent to, and you have a private key, and that private key is what opens the funds. This is what you keep secret, what you keep private, and that's what gives you access to the funds. We're going to create a split wallet, or also known as a multi-signature wallet. You have a Bitcoin address, your public address that you can give out and people can send funds to. And then here you have three private keys. They say share. It does not mean you share it to people. It means as a share in the funds. Think of like a stock, a share, all right? So you have three. We generated three shares, and we need a combination of two in order to unlock the funds in the address. So let's explain this one more time. You have funds in an address, and you no longer need one private key to access that funds. You need two out of three. So this is a big thing for your security, and also we'll explain why it's so big in businesses and governments. So for you, let's just say you happen to have a private key and somebody takes access to it. Whether you log on to a faulty website, whether you accidentally give it out, whether somebody takes a picture of it on accident, whether you lose it at home, regardless, whether you lose your hardware wallet out and about, let's just say you lost access to one of your passphrases, one of your private keys. Well, the good thing is nobody can steal your funds. They need two. They need two private keys in order to access the funds on the wallet. So you need two out of three. All right. If you lose one, you can immediately go and find the third one, and now you have two, and now you can access your funds again and create a new multi-signature wallet all over again. And you can live worry-free that nobody can take your funds because they only have one and they need two. Big thing on security, especially if you're going to want to hold a large amount of funds for long term. Now, this might be a little unnecessary or a hassle if you're trading and you want access to your funds quite a bit, because now you have to log in to two wallets just to access one of your funds, which if you're using your funds every day, that is going to become a hassle. But if these are funds that you're not accessing often or you want more secure, a multi-signature wallet is a must. Also, let's try to understand why this plays such a big role with bigger money, businesses, governments, etc. Let's just say you're a government. You have 50 representatives that make votes on decisions where the money should be going, where taxes should be going. So you have 50 representatives, and you want above a majority of a vote. Let's just say you want 30 people out of the 50 in order to unlock the funds. So what you can do now is you could generate, and everybody can send money. All the taxes could go into one main wallet, and those funds cannot move unless you get 30 approvals out of the 50. And what that means is everybody votes with their wallet. A transaction, a bill, whatever comes through, and they say vote on it. And it goes to the address and it says approve or deny. And every address can approve or deny it. And you can either approve it or deny it. If you get 30 or more than 30 approvals, if the first 30 approve it, the transaction moves forward. If more than 20 people deny it, it gets denied. The money is not going to move. How secure is this? Which, well, one person does not have access to all the funding. One person cannot access the funding. Three people in the group say, hey, let's go funnel some money into our businesses. That cannot happen. Nobody has access to the fund unless all 30 people agree to it. Pretty cool. And if you're another government trying to take over the government, who are the 30 people that I need to all have access to at the same time? right? It's very almost impossible in order to steal funding, because you're not going to be able to gather 30 people and to give up their private keys, and you don't even know if they're self-encrypted or how they're encrypted and all of that stuff. Now, you can do this in business. If you don't want one person to have access to all your funds, maybe you can have 3 people or 5 people. Maybe you're an HOA and you want the board of directors to access different voting, and you can see where the money is going. The great thing about blockchain is everything is transparent, so there's no funneling of money somewhere else. We don't know where it is. We know who's approving these transactions. So this is the future of bigger businesses, HOAs, governments, all etc. It provides an extreme extent of security. It creates a massive amount of transparency. We see who's approving things, who's denying things. We can see where the money is going as it moves throughout the payment processes. So it's a big thing, and anybody can utilize these multi-signature wallets. There is a cool thing that I found. I will show you guys. This is from unchained.com, and what they do is they provide multi-signature wallet services. And so what they have is just like I showed you for you. They have 3. They generate 3 private keys, and they keep one of them. And they're a business, and you keep 2. So you have your 2 private keys. You can trade, do whatever you want with your Bitcoin. But what happens when you lose, or maybe you die, or something may happen to you where you cannot access one of your private keys? And if you lose one of your private keys, they have an extra one, and you can go to them, pay them $20, and bam, they give you their private key that they had. Now you can access your funds, create a new wallet, and do it all over again. Kind of like in our scenario where we had 3 private keys, we could keep one of them hidden, we utilize our 2, we lose one of them, now we access our 3rd one, and so forth. They are providing a service for that 3rd one, which is a company, which is out of your life, and it's also easy maybe for if you were to pass away, maybe for your family to prove that you have been dead with death certificates, and they might get access to one of them, and that way they don't have to find a maze to figure out where your other 2 are, and they only need to find one of yours and one of theirs. So it's just a service for multi-signature wallets, and it just provides additional services. The one downside to this, big time, is how do they know it's you? You're going to have to prove your identity to them, so you're going to have to KYC. So since they KYC, they're going to say, hey, I know you own this amount of Bitcoin. They have slight control over it, but they can't access your funds because they need 2 signatures out of 3, right? And they only have one of them. So it does provide an additional thing. It says, hey, we know you own this much Bitcoin, and so forth. So you are KYC to them. That is only the downside that I see to it, but it's a pretty cool service out there for multi-signature wallets. So if you like this video, please give my video a thumbs up, a like, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Also, if you're looking for more one-on-one assistance, consultations, or you may be looking for some good educational courses to take, I do have a Udemy with some good courses on there. Check out my website, howtocrypto.org.